Danielle.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our DEQ Electronic Tools and Resources webinar. My name is Danielle Sims. I'm the Environmental Justice Program Manager here at Virginia DEQ's Central Office. One of our office's initiatives this year has been to increase transparency and to share more information with the public about DEQ programs and resources. You can visit deq.virginia.gov to learn more about future webinars. And thank you for your interest in tonight's webinar on GIS, story maps, and data tracking tools. I'll go ahead and introduce all the staff here with us tonight. You've already heard from Kevin Vaughn, DEQ's training manager, who will be our webinar moderator. Kate Miller, one of our EJ coordinators, will be helping behind the scenes and answering questions. Gwen McCrae, our other EJ coordinator, will be our webinar presenter. And we also have with us some subject matter experts, April Nameri, one of DEQ's process improvement and data applications business analysts, Davis Wilcox, DEQ's enforcement APA presiding officer, and Lauren Pillow, DEQ's Pollution Response Emergency Preparedness, GIS, and Data Projects Administrator. They are here to help answer technical questions about some of the tools we'll discuss tonight. Without further ado, I'll turn it over to Kate.
All right, I'll go ahead and turn off my camera so we have a little bit more bandwidth here. But we just want to take a minute to walk you through and do a quick tutorial on how to use the GoToWebinar format. So as you'll see on the screen here, we have A next to the microphone icon. So that's where speakers will typically use to mute and unmute themselves during the presentation. B is the hand icon. As Kevin mentioned before, you can raise your hand if you're having some technical problems or can't hear, something along those lines. Below that is C, the handouts bar. These are some helpful documents with information on this evening's webinar that you can download. Under here, you should be able to find a fact sheet for tonight's webinar, as well as an abbreviations and definitions handout too. And then below that, we have D, the questions bar. And this is where we'd like you to type any questions you have during the presentation. As Kevin mentioned, at any time, you can feel free to put your questions here, and we have built-in breaks in the presentation. So we'll try to get to as many questions as we can during those breaks. And then whatever time we have at the end, we'll be happy to answer questions. Again, we're going to use that box for some interactive polls as well during the presentation, one of which you'll see coming up on a slide or two. And if there are questions that we can't get to during the question breaks in the presentation, our staff will work to follow up with you individually via email to get those questions addressed. If you have a question about a specific project or permit, we may not be able to answer that tonight in this format. However, we will connect you with the appropriate agency staff who can answer your question, and we'll follow up with you individually. And with that, I'll turn it over to Gwen, who's going to run through tonight's agenda.
Great. Thank you so much, Kate. So we have a lot on our agenda tonight because we have lots of really great data tools and mapping tools. So we are going to start out with just a quick overview of what our objectives are for this evening. I will do a few definitions and acronyms, although there will probably be others as we go. And we do have one of those handouts that Kate mentioned includes all of those acronyms that we'll be talking about tonight. Then we will do our data tool overview in 3 sections. We're going to start with our GIS mapping tools. We are going to also look at story maps, and then finally we will wrap up by looking at some of our database tools. We will also try to do at least one demonstration of each type of those tools and more if we have time. Before we get started with that though, we want to launch a quick poll to find out where people are in terms of their experience with GIS. So I think Kevin has that poll. He can go ahead and launch that.
There we go, Gwen. So on your screen, folks, yes or no, have you ever used a GIS before? There's also a third option there. So you're seeing all of those responses rolling in, Gwen?
I am, let me open it up.
Yeah, I got about 68% voted.
Those.
Yeah, excellent. Go ahead and get your votes in, folks. So let's see if we can get it up to 80%. Wonderful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the poll in just a minute. Not a minute, let's make it a second. There we go. Let's go ahead and close that poll, and I'll share those results with everybody. So, Gwen, it looks like 74% have used a GIS before.
All right, great. Well, we have a lot of folks who are going to be pretty familiar with some of the things we'll be talking about, and a few for whom this will be new, but I promise we are going to show you the way that, a lot of our GIS tools are pretty intuitive, and once you get the basics down, you can start to play around with them pretty well. So before we jump into that, I also wanted to just ask, and this is something that you can answer in the questions box, what kinds of GIS applications have you used and what did you use them for? So for those 74% of you who have used a GIS before, what kinds of GIS tools have you used? I'll give you just a little bit to type some answers into the chat, into the questions box. All right, those answers are starting to come in. I see that someone has used a GIS to map a watershed. Other folks have used some of our some online interactive GIS tools. Purple Air, that counts, absolutely. The Purple Air network uses a GIS mapping tool to look at the National Park Service boundaries. All right, so we've got a great variety there. National parks, air quality, stormwater, watersheds. And then it looks like we have some folks who are quite expert in GIS, so welcome, and I hope that you find some interesting tools here. All right, well, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and move over into our definitions and acronyms. Again, for those of you who might be new to GIS, GIS stands for a Geographic Information System. In a couple of slides, I'll give you a little bit more information about what that actually means. Again, one of the other tools that we'll talk about tonight is a story map, which is a GIS tool that integrates a lot of other additional multimedia, sometimes videos, sometimes images, lots of links to other resources, and kind of tells a more contextual story. We are also going to be talking tonight about VPT, which is the Virginia Permitting Transparency system, and about PEEP, which is the Permitting Enhancement and Evaluation Platform. So if you hear me say VPT or PEEP, that is referring to a couple of our database tools that are looking at permitting transparency and enhancement. All right, so we do have a handout. One of the handouts that is linked in the tools bar does have a list of all of these acronyms and many more, as well as links to those tools. So let's jump into talking about what our goals are for this evening. At the end of this webinar, we hope that you will be able to access a lot of our GIS tools that you can find in the Virginia Environmental Data Hub, which is accessed through DEQ's website. We hope that you will be able to describe various uses for the GIS mapping tools that we have, explain the difference between a GIS mapping tool and a story map, be able to view the status of a permit application in VPT and or PEEP, and know the difference between PREP and emergency reports. PREP is one of those acronyms that I mentioned that we will define in our handout, but PREP stands for Pollution Response and Preparedness. And we will get into that more further on into the webinar. So again, we will also do demonstrations for a few of our tools, and keep in mind as we go through our tools, which one of those you might want to see a demonstration of, because we will poll the audience to see which one we end up doing a demonstration of. Okay, so before we jump into talking more about our GIS mapping tools, I wanted to take a moment to explain kind of what a GIS is. So what it stands for, right? So a GIS is a Geographic Information System, but it has a lot of different components that come together to create it. The first one is the hardware. So these are the devices that you're using to run the GIS, to do the data analysis, to store data. And so these might be, these are going to be computers, these are going to be servers. They also can be the hardware that you use to access the user interfaces. So it can also be your smartphone, it could be a tablet or a laptop. A lot of our tools do run, a lot of GIS tools in general do run on mobile applications, although it's often easier to use them if you can on a computer, just because you have more space and the interface is a little bit more intuitive that way. Another piece of the GIS is the software. So GIS systems require specialized software. We use a software called ArcGIS, which can be used in conjunction with lots of databases, statistical packages, and programming languages in order to increase its functionality. Speaking of data, we need the data to go into our geographic information system. This is going to be spatial data because it is mapping, a mapping tool, but it also includes lots of other kinds of data. It's just linked to the spatial data. So within the spatial data, there are a couple of main types of data that you'll find. Sometimes they are spatial features like a point, a line, a polygon, a shape. That's called vector data. And then raster data are stored electronic images such as aerial photography, remote sensing data, and things like that. One of the things that's really important about a geographic information system is thinking about which techniques and models and methods you're using to analyze the data. So what kinds of formulas or algorithms or models are you using to take the data that you have and then turn that into something that is able to be demonstrated in a visual format tied to the spatial information that's also included in that data. And then finally, obviously, this requires all kinds of people to be involved. So decisions have gone into which data is used, how it's processed or analyzed, how it's presented. We have lots and lots of GIS professionals who are inputting and analyzing that data. And then also you know, folks who are taking the data from the other end, from the other side, and using the information that you can get from a geographic information system to be able to get more information about a location, about a process, about something that is interesting to you. So in general, that's what we're talking about when we're looking at GIS. And we are going to talk about a few of the DEQ GIS mapping tools that we have available. So we will be going over 4 mapping tools. We'll talk a little bit about each of them, and then we will have an opportunity to demonstrate one of them at the end. So before we start, though, we have one more poll, another poll. And I know that many of you have used GIS tools in the past. Have you used DEQ GIS tools? So Kevin, if we want to go ahead and launch that second poll, that would be great.
There we go, folks. Have you used the DEQ GIS tools? And you've got the tools that are linked that Kate's putting in the chat right now as well. We're interested in if you've used any of these DEQ GIS tools before. So if you could please go ahead and respond to the poll that's on your screen right now. We're at 50% of people voted, so let's try and get that up a little bit higher. Have you heard of one or more of these? That's also an option. Up about 70% now voting. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds to get your votes in here for this poll. Have you ever used any of the following DEQ GIS tools? You can check more than one if you want to. Okay, let's go ahead and close that poll, Gwen. And I'm going to share the results with everybody here. Looks like a lot of folks have heard of them, but haven't quite used them, except the Environmental Data Mapper has got like 22% of people, and EJ Screen.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like folks have used EJ Screen and the prep tool a bit. Virginia Brownfields not so much, so maybe that will be a new tool for almost everyone. But lots of folks have heard of them, but not necessarily used them. So I hope that you are able to get a lot out of this webinar and find some tools that you think you might find useful in the future. So let's go ahead and jump into our first one, which is the Environmental Data Mapper. So the Environmental Data Mapper was developed and released by DEQ in January 2021, and a new update has just launched last week. So this is designed for people like you. It's designed for residents, for stakeholders, and it really allows people direct and interactive access to DEQ's geospatial data. So the EDM includes 14 categories of DEQ specific layers of data that can be filtered so that you can look at data on air, you can look at data on water or land, you can look at them separately, or you can overlay them together so you can look at them simultaneously. We also combine that data, which comes from the Department of Environmental Quality, with other data sets that might come from the Environmental Protection Agency, from the Virginia Geographic Information Network, from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and other locations as well. So we do have lots of sources of the data that is included in EDM, which can be fantastic because that gives you a chance to bring in Virginia-specific data while also looking at some of the national data that's also available. So there are lots of different ways that folks have used in EDM in the past, and I know that some of you may have used it already. One way that people use the environmental data mapper is when they are doing volunteer water quality monitoring. So the image that you see over here on the right is an example of the environmental data mapper with the water monitoring plan layer turned on. So hopefully you can see the laser pointer. I think you can. So this link, or this box right here, this is the 2024 monitoring plan. These are the stations where water monitoring will be happening, or has happened and will continue to happen through the end of 2024. So the different icons and different colors, those depend on the type of monitoring that is occurring, what kind of data is being gathered at that site. And in the menu or the legend of the GIS, which I'm circling here, and again, when I do a demonstration, I can pull this up, but the menu will give you information about which icons refer to which types of data, for example, for the water monitoring plan. So another way that people might use the EDM is if they want to find information about permitted facilities. So one of the things that DEQ does is to issue permits for air, land, and water. And this example here, the air sites, so the active permitted facilities that have air permits is selected. So when you look at the map on the left here, you would be able to click onto any of those icons, the dark green or the light green circles, and that would pull up more detailed information, name, location, and a reference number if you wanted to look up or request information about that permitted facility from DEQ. Our new EDM also has a great new tool called Near Me. Again, the link or the icon for using that tool is up here, circling it with the laser pointer. And with the Near Me tool, you can select a point. You can draw, so if you wanted to, if you wanted to find information in a radius around a certain address, for example, you might select a point. You can select a line. So if you want to find all the information around a feature that is a line, like a road or a river, you would be able to draw a line. You can also draw a shape, and then you can set a buffer, and that buffer will take the area that you have selected and will go out as far as you say you want it to go out, and then it will tell you what is inside that buffer. So in this example here, where I have clicked on a location in Richmond, which is close to where the DEQ central office is in Richmond, and I said that I wanted to have a buffer of 2 miles around it. And then if I look at this menu down here that tells me that there are 34 active air sites, so 34 locations that have air permits. There are 2 resource management areas. There are a bunch of resource protection areas. So the Near Me tool gives you a lot of great information about everything that is located within a certain buffer of a feature that you have selected. All right, so that is definitely one of the tools that you can request a demo of when we are ready to do our demos, if you might find that helpful. The second GIS tool that we wanted to highlight is called Virginia EJ Screen Plus. So just as a little bit of background for those who may not be familiar, when I say EJ, I'm referring to environmental justice. In 2020, Virginia passed the Environmental Justice Act, and in that act, it defined environmental justice as the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of every person, regardless of race, color, national origin, income, faith, or disability, regarding the development, implementation, or enforcement of any environmental law, regulation, or policy. So the Virginia EJ Screen Plus tool was developed and released by DEQ to increase access to and enhance awareness of environmental justice related spatial data and information throughout the Commonwealth. So it's kind of a first step screening tool where people can identify questions that they might be interested in, that they might want to investigate further on the ground. So there are lots of other EJ screening tools that are available nationally. EPA has an EJ screen tool, the Center for Disease Control has one, the White House Council on Environmental Quality has one, and there are many other federal agencies that have tools as well. The advantage to using Virginia's EJ Screen Plus is that the data and layers are very specific to Virginia. So we have data in there, the environmental data from DEQ, which is specific to Virginia. And the definitions that we use for environmental justice communities are specific to Virginia's Environmental Justice Act. So there are, in Virginia EJ Screen Plus, there are 4 categories of layers that you will find. The first one is EJ communities. So when you're looking at these 2 examples here, these 2 images, the shapes that are shaded in shades of purple or shades of red, those refer to the Virginia environmental justice communities. Areas that are shaded in purple represent low-income communities according to the definition in the Environmental Justice Act. And the areas that are shaded in red represent communities of color, also according to the definition in the Environmental Justice Act. You'll see that these are shaded in different variations of the color. That is something that is sometimes referred to as a choropleth map. They are shaded according to how much they exceed the thresholds of the specific definitions in the Environmental Justice Act, where light purple is just at the threshold of low income, and if it goes into dark purple, that means that the percentage of population in that small region, which is a census block group, is a pretty high percentage of folks in that census block group who meet the definition of low income in the Act. And you'll see that the layers there are also slightly transparent, so you can tell if there are if a census block group meets the definition of an environmental justice community, both according to low income and according to population of color, then it turns a shade of a little bit more of a reddish purple. And when you click on each census block group, it will pop up a data window that will give you more information about that census block group. So the first kind of special category of layers that the Virginia EJ Screen Plus tool has is that those layers for Virginia environmental justice communities. We also have a lot of DEQ data layers. So we don't have quite the variety that is in the environmental data mapper, but many of the data layers that are in the environmental data mapper are also in the Virginia EJ Screen Plus. You can again toggle those on and off. You'll find layers related to air, water, and land and waste. And for example, the photograph here on the bottom left has the communities of environmental justice communities layers turned on, and also stormwater layers. So all of these dots here are stormwater layers. Now, one layer that the EJ Screen Plus has that the other tools don't have is a community outreach resources layer. This marks locations of places that commonly community folks might go to gather, such as schools, grocery stores, places of worship, and other areas, libraries, things like that. So in the top right, you can see that the school layer has been turned on. So all of those little icons that look a little bit like a school, that's where you would find all of the schools. So we have lots of those community outreach resources also available in this GIS tool, which can be really helpful when you're doing community outreach, for example, in environmental justice communities. And then finally, the EJ Screen Plus also includes EPA EJ Screen data layers and reference layers. So there's information that pulls from the EPA's EJ Screen And there's also the ability to select a census block group in the EJ Screen Plus GIS tool and pull a report from EPA's EJ Screen tool for that same area. All right, so that is Virginia EJ Screen Plus, the second of the GIS tools that we are going to review. The third GIS tool that we are going to review is the Virginia Brownfields Dashboard. Very few of you, it looked like, had used the Brownfields Dashboard before, and some of you may be really familiar with brownfields, but others may not. So we're gonna take a quick pause and have a little poll to see what you think brownfields actually are.
I like the options here, Gwen.
Yes.
So what do we think brownfields are, folks? Got a couple of choices there. Got about 60% of people voting. That's fantastic. Let's get that up a little bit higher before I go ahead and close the poll. Thank you, folks. Excellent. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this poll, and let's share those results with everybody. Looks like most people said that brownfields are property with contamination that makes it hard to redevelop.
All right, and those people are right. While the first choice, empty areas with dead vegetation or bare soil, is perhaps literally a brown field. When we talk about brownfields, we are talking about specifically a definition of properties that may include fields, but may also include buildings or city blocks that have some contamination on them that makes it difficult to reuse them for a different purpose than what they had originally been used for. So let's go ahead and talk just a little bit about our Virginia Brownfields Dashboard. So the Brownfields Dashboard tells us information about locations, some of which are brownfields in development, others of which may be properties that are available for development. So DEQ collaborated with the Department of Energy, with Virginia Energy, to centralize a lot of the existing information that we had about properties that might be able to be redeveloped through a brownfields program, including over 100,000 acres of land that was formerly mining land, as well as, the properties that might have been former sites of manufacturing. Some brownfield sites might be buildings that have asbestos or lead paint in them, and so it just makes them difficult to use for a new use or to redevelop for new use. So some of the things, one of the things that this dashboard is meant to do is to kind of centralize all of this existing information to promote the reuse of dashboards, to promote the reuse of brownfields so that we can meet the market demand for reinvestment and economic development. So there are lots of benefits to reinvesting and cleaning up those properties, including the utilization of existing infrastructure. So if you already have something that exists, then you can reuse it. Then you can save some resources. You can, in some cases, you can revitalize historic properties. It reduces development of undisturbed open land, so what we also sometimes refer to as greenfields. So if we can redevelop land in one place, then that means that we can leave greenfields land or undeveloped land undisturbed. It can facilitate job growth. It can increase local tax bases and kind of jumpstart economic development and improve the aesthetics of a community while also protecting the environment. So the Brownfields program at DEQ can work closely with property owners to provide assistance, both technical assistance and funding assistance, to safely clean up, transform, and reuse underutilized properties. So the Virginia Brownfields Dashboard, you can see here, is a tool. This is a map that has been zoomed in. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can pan around the map in the Brownfields tool to find the location that you are interested in learning more about properties that might be available there. And you can then, again, click on any of those icons to pull up additional information that can help you understand what that property is, whether it's already in redevelopment or if it's available for a redevelopment, and kind of what are some of the other features that are nearby. You know, so on this particular view, for example, the lines that you see are electric power transmission lines, and that gives you a sense of you know, if someone were going to redevelop, they might need to know where the electric power transmission lines are. And so Virginia Energy has provided that information and pulled it into this database as well. So this Brownfields dashboard is in a beta version, which means it is not in its final form. So we are taking lots of feedback. If that is something that you would be interested in giving, and you want to poke around that Virginia Brownfields dashboard a little bit and then let us know what you would like to see, that would be most welcome. All right, and then I'm going to finish up our quick overview of the GIS tools by looking at the PREP database, or the PREP mapping tool. Again, PREP stands for Pollution Response and Preparedness. Our Pollution Response and Preparedness program responds to pollution incidents that can impact air, land, and water to protect human health and the environment. So the PREP tool is not specifically a GIS tool in the sense that it doesn't necessarily have all of the same features that some of our other tools have, but it is a mapping tool that uses GIS layers. So pollution reports that are generated through our pollution report tool are uploaded into an internal database and then geolocated or spatial information, location information is added to the record. Then the geolocated points are pushed out to the environmental data layer, which can be viewed in this PREP mapping tool, as well as some of our other GIS mapping tools, including the Environmental Data Mapper and Virginia EJ Screen Plus. There can sometimes be a little bit of a lag of up to 24 hours or so between when a report is submitted into our report generator and the point appearing on this mapper, but it does keep fairly up-to-date information. On the view that you're looking at right now, you see a lot of yellow icons. Those yellow icons are closed cases. So these are pollution reports that have been reported and investigated and closed. The pink one that you see right there in the middle, let me just point to it. The pink one that you see right here in the middle, pink are new cases. So this is something that has been reported into the reporting tool, but has not yet been investigated or closed. And the red ones are pollution reports that are currently under investigation. So our pollution incidents can include all things from sanitary sewer overflows to trash being handled improperly to major releases. So one about this tool is, again, like with the Brownfields dashboard, you can zoom in and out, you can pan around, you can find a location that you're interested in to see what past pollution incidents have been, and also if there are current pollution incidents that you want to know more about. When you click on the icons in this tool, it opens up an information window that includes an incident report number, and you can use that incident report number to look in our pollution report database, which we will actually talk about later in the webinar when we talk about our database tools. All right, and then one thing to know about our PREP program is that anyone can file a pollution report. So if something happens in, near you, if you accidentally cause an incident that you need to report, anyone can file a pollution report. I want to talk really quickly take a little bit of a detour before we jump into the last little bit here, just to talk about what our PREP reports are. So one thing to know about the PREP reports is that these are pollution incidents, not emergency incidents. So the basic rule is if there is an emergency that is threatening safety or health of anyone, you should certainly be calling emergency responders, not DEQ. So that would be calling 911 or whatever your local emergency responder is. But some of the things that ought to be reported to DEQ can include things like a fish kill. If you happen to be walking near a pond or a stream and you notice a large number of fish that have died, that would be a great thing to report, because then DEQ staff, our pollution coordinators, our pollution report coordinators, can investigate that to find out if they can find out what caused it. Non-emergency hazardous materials releases and things like that. Of course, report to 911 anything that is dangerous, an accident, a fire, anything that is ongoing and dangerous ought to be reported to emergency personnel. There is also the Virginia Emergency Operations Center, which is a place where you can report large discharges of motor vehicle fluids, for example. If you're observing something coming from a large commercial vehicle or cargo, just large quantities. However, if you are ever in doubt, you can just contact your local DEQ office and they will know if any report that you make needs to be escalated to the Virginia Emergency Operations Center. All right, so thank you for listening to that quick overview of GIS tools. And now we are going to pause and do a demonstration of one of those. So if we have the poll up there so that you can choose which of the GIS tools you would like us to demonstrate.
Okay, so you're going to tell us which one you want to look at. What do we do if there's a tie, Gwen?
If there is a tie,
we're going to have somebody break the tie.
Then I guess I get to pick.
Yeah, there you go. And while folks are getting their responses into the poll question here about which GIS tool you want Gwen to demonstrate there, I do want to draw your attention to the chat box as well, where Kate's been busy pasting some links to each one of the tools that you've just heard about, along with a description of the tool. So at some point, I would recommend you go ahead and grab some of those links and bookmark them. All right, let's see. We've got 60–70% people voting. There is a clear front runner for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and close the poll here. And drum roll, looks like that's the one we're going to be looking at.
All
Gwen,
right.
Environmental Data Mapper.
It is. Environmental Data Mapper.
All right.
All right, so let me just pull a browser window. So one thing that I don't think I mentioned is that all of the GIS tools that we have at DEQ for the public are browser-friendly tools. So you don't actually need any special software or anything to access them. You can just access them by going to our website. So I'm going to pull up a browser, and I'm just going to put the DEQ website into the URL into the box here, deq.virginia.gov, so that I can open up the DEQ webpage. So when you get to the DEQ webpage, you will see that if you scroll down just a little bit, we're going to say no thanks to that right now. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see there's an icon of some things that you can do on the DEQ website, and one of them is for GIS. Now you can also access this if you're on any page and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can click on GIS and data there as well. So I'm going to click on GIS, and that's going to bring us to our Environmental Data Hub. Now the Environmental Data Hub gives us kind of a landing place where we can find links to a lot of data and GIS tools. So we can click into the GIS tools, which shows us the interactive web mapping tools. And the first one there, because it was just updated and we're super excited about it, is the updated Environmental Data Mapper. So I'm just going to click on that, and this will open up the application. Now, whenever you open up any of our GIS tools, you will usually see that there's a terms of use that you do need to agree to in order to access it. All right, and then we'll give it a second to load everything. It often does take just a little bit of time.
While that's loading, Gwen, I will point folks to, and thank you for responding to that question, Kate. Somebody asked, is it possible to get all the links in one place? And that's exactly what that fact sheet and the handouts are for. So folks, if you want to grab those handouts as well, that also includes the link information.
Yes, and we will also include a copy of the handouts when we send out a follow-up email. We'll include a copy of it there as well. So if you don't manage to grab onto it this evening, we'll send it to you later. So let me just start by giving you a brief orientation of some of the tools that you, or what you will find when you go into any of our interactive GIS tools. they look somewhat similar. They may not look exactly the same, but they can look somewhat similar. So over on the left-hand side, you can see that there's a plus and minus. You can use the plus and minus to zoom in to the map, or you can use it to zoom back out. If you move your cursor into the center of the map and just click and hold, then you can pan back and forth. So you can move to different parts of the state and pan back and forth. You can do a location search. So the search bar up here in the top right will let you do a location search. So if I wanted to, for example, find, let's see, what do I want to find? Let's see if we can find the main office of DEQ. So 1111 East Main Street in Richmond. So you see it kind of pops up some options. I can click onto 1111 East Main Street in Richmond, select that, and it will take me over to that location. So you can put addresses in that search bar. You can put county names, city names. You can put some features, some business names. So you might be able to find a museum or a library or a school. You might be able to find it just by putting it into that search bar. Now you can see I'm very, very zoomed in here. So I definitely would need to start zooming out a little bit so I can orient myself and understand kind of where I am, right? Now, if I have been zooming around, zooming in, zooming out, panning, and I kind of get lost and I want to start over, I can just go over to the home button, which is again on the left-hand side. If I click home, that will take me back to the view of the whole entire state. So what I'm going to do now is kind of give you some of the, go through some of the examples that I mentioned or just talked about in our overview earlier. So I'm going to zoom in on the city of Harrisburg. I found Harrisburg, and now I'm just clicking on the plus button so that I can zoom in. One of the layers that's automatically turned on when you open the environmental data mapper is the DEQ offices. So this little green icon, that is the DEQ office for the Valley Regional Office. You can always turn that off if you want to. Let me show you how you can turn layers on and off. So we looked a little bit at the controls on the left-hand side. Now let's look at some of the controls on the top right-hand side. So on the top right-hand side, I have a legend. I'll pull that up in a second. And I have a layers. This is probably going to be your workhorse of a GIS. So if I click on that map layers, that pops open a menu for me so that I can choose some of the layers that I want to include, turn on, or turn off. As you can see, I mentioned that we pull in data from EPA, from the Army Corps of Engineers, from USGS, and other places as well. Right now, tonight, we're going to focus on some of our DEQ layers. So if I click on the little arrow next to the DEQ layers, it will expand it, and then I can see what some of the groupings are. So the first thing that I want to do is maybe go down to look at water quality monitoring. So I had mentioned a little bit about water quality and how that was one of the ways that oftentimes people will use the environmental data mapper. So I've come over here to the water quality monitoring layers. I'm going to expand that menu, and I have a couple of options. I'm going to turn on the 2024 monitoring plan stations. So if I click that button and give it a second to load, then it pulls up all those icons, right? Do you remember you saw some of these when we were looking at the example in the slide earlier. Now, again, I don't know off the top of my head what all of these icons mean, but if I go over to the legend and open up the legend, then it will tell me what each of these monitoring plans, what each of these monitoring stations measures. So for example, the little brown square with the yellow dot or drop in the middle of it is going to measure benthic biological monitoring. So they're going to be looking at macroinvertebrates and the kinds of animals that live in that water monitoring station. The red ones with green are looking at fish tissue. The green ones with white are looking at algae. So there's lots of different information that you can get from here. Now, the other thing that's great about EDM is that if you select one of these icons and right and left click on it, let's see if it's going to work. There we go. Okay. When you click on it, it will open up a lot more information for you, right? So I can find out, you know, what the name of this monitoring station is, its station ID, a description of where to find it. You can click on links here to get the water quality summary, to get some sample results. You can get a latitude and longitude so you can find the exact location. You can look at the parameters. So again, you can see what is it that they're measuring at this water quality monitoring station. And you can download the whole data set if you want by clicking here. I believe that this data set downloads all of the monitoring stations. And if you wanted the specific data from this monitoring station, you would click on those ones down here. But it's been a while since I have confirmed that. So play around with it, right? Like, one of the things that's great about these GIS tools is that they're pretty intuitive, and you can kind of play around with them and see what works. So one of the other things that we had talked about was the active air sites. That was another example that I had given. I'm going to go ahead and close the legend and open up my layers again. I'm going to turn off the water quality layer. Actually, hold on. First, let me turn on the air layer, right? So if I can click there, I've turned on the air layer. Now I can see both the water quality monitoring stations and the air. So you see I can toggle things on and off. Now again, one of the things that you can do when you are looking at information is click on an icon. It will give you the information about that specific location. So this gives us, you know, an address. It gives us a facility ID number, all kinds of good information there. And if we scroll through, you can see that it also tells me, you know, the other information that we have on that specific spot is the county boundary. So this tells us that this is in Rockingham County. All right. And then, so let me go ahead and turn off the layers that I had here. I'm going to turn off that water layer as well. And now I want to show you the Near Me tool. So one of the great things about the new environmental data mapper is that it has this Near Me tool, which is just great. So I've clicked on it. Nothing is showing up. Why is that? It's because the tool is open, but I do need to expand it. So sometimes if I have minimized a tool window and then I open a new tool, I might need to re-expand. So I'm going to open up the Near Me. I am going to go ahead and select a point. And then I'm going to say that maybe I want to have a buffer of 2 miles around that point. I would like to put a point right in the middle of the city of Harrisonburg. And this is 2 miles from the middle of Harrisonburg. And so what this tells me is, what are all of the things that are within this green circle here? So if I open up the active air sites, it tells me where all of the active air sites are. Looks like the James Madison University has a lot of active air sites. The city of Harrisonburg, there's some food manufacturing. I might also, for example, want to open up prep reports, right? So maybe, although as I said before, you know, when you open up the prep reports, you have all of those yellow closed cases. It can get pretty cluttered if you're looking at a large area. So you, for this, might need to zoom in so that you can make more sense of it. Now you'll see that right now, it's just given me some blue squares. And part of that is because I had turned off the layers, right? Now, if I go back to turn those layers back on, if I turn on the air layer, you can see everywhere where there's a green dot and a blue square, that's an air layer within that boundary. I can do the same for the prep reports. So the Near Me tool can be pretty great because it gives you a sense of what is everywhere in what is everything that is within a certain geographic area. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. We're at 7:22. I'm going to wrap up our demo here because we do have some other things that we want to get to. But certainly if we have additional time, we can come back either to this tool and look up some specific questions you all might have, or we can demo one of the other tools as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And now that we've done our demo tool, I want to take a quick pause. Maybe we can take 5 or 7 minutes or so to see if there are any questions that folks had about the GIS tools that some of our subject matter experts might be able to answer for us.
All right, great job, Gwen. Thank you so much for taking us through the EDM tool. We have received a couple of questions so far. One is about a brownfield, so we'll start with that one. So this question, what does it mean when a brownfield is closed? So April, if you want to unmute yourself and help us with an answer for that one, we'd appreciate it.
Brownfields don't actually have a closed status. The Brownfields mapper has several programs on it, and the one that is being mapped with the status that includes closed is from the solid waste facilities. If you take a look at the Brownfields dashboard, you'll see in the legend area, each of the symbols comes from a different DEQ data layer, and those have different statuses based on those programs. For the VRP sites, which is our voluntary remediation program, they actually have a completely different set of statuses, from certificate amendment, certificate issued, enrolled in program, potential site, pre-VRP, which were sites that participated in programs before the VRP existed, and terminated. And I hope that clarifies.
Absolutely, fantastic. Thank you so much. The next question we have is about prep reporting. So the question is, are prep reports for tire piles, are prep reporting for tire piles over 50 tires? So Lauren, if you would unmute yourself and help us out with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, the prep reporting tool is a great way to report tire piles that are over 50 tires. That is the regulatory limit. And either a prep coordinator will then investigate the site, or it will be referred to the regional solid waste program for additional investigation.
Okay, perfect. And while we still have you, Lauren, another prep question for you. How long do the incident icons stay on the prep GIS map?
Yes. So the PREP GIS map is automatically set to filter for the past 5 years. So for the current date to the previous 5 years, those are the incident reports that are going to be presented on the map. All of the data is still there, and you're able to pull that information from the portal that we'll talk about here shortly. But if the incident has occurred within the last 5 years, it will appear on the map.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. The next question we have is there a possibility of inspections being posted and easily accessible for public record? So I'm guessing this person is wondering whether inspections could potentially be posted on one of these GIS tools that we've just presented. Does anybody want to jump in on that one? And it sounds like this may be a question that we'll follow up with we'll go to our GIS program and follow up with them, and we'll respond to you individually. So it looks like we can't probably get an answer on that right now, but we will follow up with you after the presentation is over. So let's see if there's any other questions. It looks like we've caught up on all the questions at this point in time. So we'll move it back to you, Gwen.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And yeah, just to reiterate what Kate just said, any questions that we either can't answer this evening or we don't have time to get to this evening, we will follow up and get answers for you and follow up individually with answers to those questions. So before we move on to talking about story maps, I just want to show a couple of other GIS tools or mapping tools that you might find interesting. We don't have time to go into them in very much detail tonight, but I just wanted to mention that they're there. The first one is the statewide PFAS sampling dashboard. PFAS are a class of persistent synthetic chemicals that are used worldwide in many consumer products. They include a group of more than 4,700 chemicals that are used in a variety of applications, Most recently, EPA has reported that exposure to PFAS could lead to some adverse health effects. And so for that reason, DEQ has been monitoring PFAS in streams, rivers, and reservoirs across the Commonwealth to understand the prevalence of these substances and to identify potential locations where they might be found and where PFAS concentrations are elevated. This dashboard prevents PFAS detection and concentrations. We do not currently have any regulatory standards for PFAS, so the dashboard will be updated as we have more information and to reflect sampling results once we have water quality criteria that are developed by EPA and adopted by Virginia. So in the meantime, this can be a helpful tool just to be able to find some of the testing that DEQ has been doing in the as we wait for regulatory advancements on PFAS. And the other one that I wanted to show is the Coastal GEMS, which was developed by the Virginia Coastal Zone Management Program. The Coastal Zone Management Program is a network of state agencies and coastal localities, with DEQ being the lead agency. The Coastal GEMS GIS tool compiles over 100 data layers, including water and land natural resources, conservation planning tools, links and information about laws and policies, resource facts, and other contextual data. When you go into the Coastal GEMS page, you will find a mapping application, a sort of interactive mapping application, as well as story maps and a data library. And our Coastal Zone Management GIS coordinator does have contact information there as well if you wanted to ask for customized training on the Coastal GEMS tools. So again, this is a great tool for coastal zone management, conservation planning, and other issues that may be of concern to folks in coastal regions. All right, so we are going to talk briefly about story maps. Now, one of the things that I mentioned at the beginning is that a story map is a little bit different, is different from a GIS. Now, a GIS, you saw the interactive mapping tools that we had. A story map often includes GIS maps, but it may also have multimedia embedded data. That could be narrative text, it could be images, it could be links, it could be videos, it could be audio. It takes that mapping data further and kind of creates more of an interactive experience and gives you a lot more context and background to understand what is happening in a particular place. So DEQ currently has 3 story maps that are on our the same location, the Environmental Data Hub that you can find, the Middle Chickahominy PFAS study, a water quality success study, and draft watershed implementation plan. I'm gonna take we have an hour still, or no, we have half an hour. You know what? We probably don't have a lot of time to go through an example of one of our story maps, but we will include links to all of these story maps so that you can take a look at them in your free time. They are pretty interesting because they include embedded maps, interactive maps that are embedded in the story map, as well as images and links out to news articles or other kinds of resources that you might find interesting. So I'm sorry that we don't have a lot of time to go over that, but if we do have time at the end, we can always come back to it. All right, so I want to talk next about our database tools. So the web page of, or the website of DEQ has several database tools that you can access, and we are going to talk about 4 of them. One of them is enforcement case documents, another one on pollution reports that Lauren mentioned, and I'm also going to go over our Virginia Permitting Transparency and Permitting Enhancement and Evaluation Platform. So first, the enforcement cases. So this database has information about enforcement actions and records where you can look up enforcement cases and judgments or decisions that have been made. You access this through the My DEQ portal. So when we do the demo, I will go into the My DEQ portal so that you can see that. But one of the great things about the enforcement cases portal is that you can filter the results and download them. So if you are particularly interested in all of the enforcement cases in a particular region, in a county, in a particular media program, or if you have the legal name of an entity that has had an enforcement action, you can also look it up that way. So you can filter the enforcement case database to pick out the results that you want. If you choose, you can also download them as an Excel file, all those results. And so that can be a really, a great way to have a little bit more transparency about the enforcement actions that are occurring at DEQ. Another one of our database tools is the pollution reports. So again, Lauren had mentioned the pollution reports search. So similarly to the enforcement case search, you can get to it through the My DEQ portal, which is on the DEQ webpage, and you can filter and download the results. So if you were, for example, on the pollution on the PREP map and mapping tool, and you click onto a case that you're interested in or an incident report that you're interested in, when you click on those icons and it opens up that information window, one of the things that you can search for is the incident report number. If you pull that incident report number over to the PREP report search, then you can find out more information about that incident. You can also just search a date range. You can search a city or a county. And you can, from this page, you can also submit a new pollution report if you have a new pollution report that needs to be submitted. So the other two tools that I want to talk about are about permitting transparency. So the first one is VPT, or the Virginia Permitting Transparency System. This is a statewide system that currently includes 6 agencies. Some of you may have seen Governor Youngkin's executive order, which was signed recently in the past week or so, directing agencies to improve the processes for permits and licenses, and it references the Virginia Permitting Transparency System for approvals that require multiple steps. So this is again, it's a permit tracking system for the Commonwealth of Virginia, so it's not just DEQ. It currently includes over 50 types of permits and multiple Commonwealth agencies. So the agencies that are currently represented in VPT are the Department of Environmental Quality, Virginia Energy, and the Virginia Marine Resources Commission. Those 3 agencies have been in VPT since early 2024. And then in mid-2024, 3 more agencies began to include some of their permitting approvals on VPT. And those agencies are the Department of Transportation, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, and the Virginia Department of Health. So access to the Virginia Permitting Transparency Tool is available. You can just Google search it. You can get to a link to it from the DEQ webpage, or you can just Google search it and you would be able to find that, because again, it is a Commonwealth tool for the entire Commonwealth. And then finally, PEEP is our final database tool. So PEEP was actually the kind of the first version of VPT. So PEEP was a pilot for the Virginia Permitting Transparency System. PEEP stands for the Permitting Enhancement and Evaluation Platform. It currently has some functionalities that are not yet built out in VPT, including a geospatial search tool, so a mapping search tool, an interactive map. DEQ currently plans that PEEP will track at least 76 unique types of permits or approvals, encompassing 130 approval actions across 12 different permitting programs within DEQ. It is an award-winning system. It has won several awards, including the Environmental Council of the States Innovation Award in 2023, and a Commonwealth Technology Award in the Best Customer Experience Initiative category also in 2023. So the goal of PEEP is to make DEQ's permitting and approval process more transparent. DEQ wants everyone involved in these processes, including the public, applicants and their agents, and all stakeholders, to have current information about what stage of the process a project is in, to provide a heads up on what those next steps in the process are. So some of the things that PEEP tracks, you can see here. On the right is a view of what the database search tool looks like. Again, we plan to track at least 76 types of permits or approvals across 12 different programs. So you would be able to track in real time the permitting and approval stage for all the programs listed on this site. So you can see that, like VPT, PEEP also allows you to filter for the results. And in PEEP, you can also click onto the map and use that interactive mapping tool to be able to search for current permitting approval processes that are underway. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and launch poll number 5 to tell me which of these database tools you would like me to demonstrate.
All right, Gwen, on the home stretch now, folks. Which database tool would you like Gwen to take a look at for you? All right, we've got, oh, it's a bit neck and neck here, folks. You better get your vote in. Which one do you want to see? Let's get your votes in, and that'll determine which one we're going to take a look at here. Oh, they want to see all of them, Gwen.
They do.
Do we have a clear front runner? We're going to need some of the folks that haven't voted yet to help us break a tie here. So if you haven't voted, could you please go ahead and jump onto the polling here and see which one you want to take a look at? I think we've maxed it out. All right, well, let's close this poll and share the results with you all, and let's take a look at that. Gwen, what do you make of that?
Okay, it looks like just barely we're going to be looking at PEEP, the Permitting Enhancement and Evaluation Platform. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to again pull my browser down here, and I'm going to, as I did with the other one, I'm just going to start at the DEQ web page. So it's actually pretty easy to find this if you just go into the search bar and search for PEEP. We are going to pull up a page that will give us that information. So the first result when I search for PEEP on our web page is VPT and PEEP. That's going to take us to a page that gives us basic information as well as a way to launch each of these programs. So the PEEP launch is the second one down, and there's a button right here that says try it out. So let's go ahead and click on that. We're going to try it out. And it's going to take just a minute to load because it is a big database. There's a lot going on. But here in the search, you can see that there are lots of ways that you can filter. So if I expand the media, for example, that will let me choose whether I want to look at the air program, land protection, renewable energy, or water, or if I want to look for all media. Program types, again, this will let me either select which ones, filter out which ones I want to look for, or continue to look for all of them. It does let me also filter by lots of other things. So if you are really know what you're looking for, if you want to dig right in and you're saying, you know what, I want to look for a minor new source review air permit, you can select that. But for those folks who may want to search other ways, you can search by locality, or you can use the mapping tool to just start zooming in wherever you might want to look. So let's say I'll start zooming in on Lynchburg. So I'm just going to click in the zoom tool, and I'm able to start to pull myself in to kind of zoom in a little bit. And that way I might be able to decide that I want to select a particular place. It looks like there's quite a few here in this part of Lynchburg. So if I zoom in even more, I end up with, you know, a dozen or so icons on the view that I'm looking at. Now, if I stop there, I don't want to zoom anymore. Let's stop zooming. Here we go. All right. So now what I want to be able to do is just to select it. And I'm not sure why. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I have my mouse back. And now I can just hover my mouse over here, over any of these icons, and it will give me very basic information, right? It just kind of gives me a facility name and a request number. But then if I click on it, it will open up more information for me. You can see the circle is turning around and around. But now it has selected that particular VDOT Route 682 stormwater, and the search results are down here at the bottom, right? So the search results, you can search by using the map, and then the information is going to pop up underneath in a list. So here, this is going to give me a little bit more information. It tells me the county, the locality that it's in, the name of the requester. In this case, it's the Department of Transportation. And then if I go over here to view details, I can click on that and open up even more information. So I'm going to go ahead and click on view details. And here is where we really start to get into the transparency in the permitting process, because this is going to tell me all of the pieces that have to, you know, all of the steps that have to take place for this decision, and where it currently is in the process, who currently is responsible for responding, and it kind of gives you just a lot more information. So it tells you how many days it has been in process, when the target decision date is. In this case, the target decision date is December 21st of this year. And it again just kind of gives you a lot more information. Now this one only has a few steps. There are some of our permitting requests have many more steps. And so if you kind of want to know what's going on with any particular permitting question, application, or decision, you would be able to dig into it here and just get a lot of information about where it is and you know what's been going on. If something has been holding it up, you can find out what. It just gives you a lot of really good information. So let's see. Now, if I want to go back to the search, another thing that you might want to do, I'm going to reset this. So you see, when I go back to the search, it has filtered for me everything that I had done in the search tool, in the map search tool. But I can go ahead and reset it. And say I want to, for example, after this resets, maybe I want to find all of the current open permits for a particular locality. So I'm going to, let's see, it's just taking a second to reset. Let's try one more time. There we go. Okay, so maybe I want to find all of the current open requests in, let's say, Brunswick County. So I'm going to deselect everything and then click on Brunswick County. I actually have to scroll all the way down to the bottom to apply it. So for the locality one in particular, there's a lot of localities in Virginia, so it takes a while to scroll to the bottom. So I have to scroll to the bottom and click on apply. And then when it does that, when it's finished applying it, it's going to tell me only the open requests in Brunswick County. So I've applied it, and then I'm gonna, it's not doing it. Sorry, y'all, it's taking a second. I think I'm a little bit slow tonight. Let's try one more time. Let's try Caroline County, see if that one works. It is a big database, so you do sometimes have to be a little bit patient, especially if you're asking it to do several things at once. But here we go. So now what I have done is, let me just minimize that so it gets out of my way. Now what I have done is I have filtered out only for Caroline County. And so then this is going to give me a long list of all of the current open applications in Caroline County. It says that there are 20 of them. In some places, you know, at some points in time, you may find that you have multiple pages. And so you might need to scroll through pages. In this case, we have only 20 results and it all fits on one page. But again, it gives you enough information in this list that you can kind of narrow things down a little bit. And then if you decide that you want to look at more details, you can click on the view details link and it will pull up that, other view, which will give you a view of where it is in the process and who is currently in response for whichever kinds of questions they might need to ask for that particular application. All right. So that is the PEEP platform. And we are at 7:47, so we have 13 minutes left. Let me go ahead and ask then if we can take just a quick, brief moment to see if there are any questions about our database tools.
All right, so far we haven't had any new questions come in, but if anybody has a question, now would be a great time to use your questions box to type that in and we'll get it answered for you. So we'll just pause for a minute to see if anyone has any new questions they might want to ask about the information that Gwen just went over.
Okay, great. Give folks just a minute to do that. And, you know, while you're thinking about whether or not you have any questions, let me go ahead and show you a couple of other things that you might find useful. Now, one of them, I've mentioned it a couple of times, is the My DEQ portal. So the My DEQ portal is kind of, again, like a personal dashboard. You do not have to create an account to use the My DEQ portal. Folks who are putting in applications with DEQ may need to create an account, but if you're just using it to get information or to submit pollution reports, you do not need to create an account. But let me go ahead and just click on the regular, you know, on the main page for the My DEQ portal, which again you can find at the on our webpage. So this kind of gives you just general information about what can be done. So unregistered users can look at permit application status in PEEP. You can report pollution or search for pollution reports. You can look for certified stormwater and erosion control certificate holders, and you can access the enforcement records. So 3 things that we've talked about tonight you can use without having an account in the My DEQ portal. That's the PEEP, pollution reporting, and enforcement records. So over here on the right, there is a menu. And this is where, without being signed in, so you can see I'm not signed in, without being signed in, this is where you can click to search pollution reports, to report pollution, or to look for enforcement case documents. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click on the search pollution reports so you can kind of see what that looks like live, similar to what the screenshot was in the slide. But you can see there's a place for you to put in an incident report number if you have it, or you can search using a date range, and you can search using a locality. Also from here, if you click on creating a new pollution report, it will pull up a form for you to fill out. If there's a pollution report you would like to make, you just fill out this form with a description, a date, a location, address if you had it, and a locality, and then kind of, you know, any other information that you might have. Your contact information, which is not required. You can submit reports anonymously, but if you do provide information, then, you know, we might have more questions about what other things you observed, and so we might be able to get more information if you do provide that information for us. But again, it's not required. Knowing the responsible party, again, that's also not required. And if it's a permitted facility and you know any details about the permit, you can include that here. Just fill out the information. The only required information here in this form are the ones that have the red asterisks. And once you fill those out, you can click on save, and that will submit a pollution report incident to our team so that they can take it from there. All right, so Kate, did we have any questions come in?
Great. Yeah, we actually did get one question, and I'm not sure who will be able to answer this, but if anyone wants to take a swing in it, please feel free. So it's, does the application status include zoning and planning issues for each county? And it looks like Danielle is going to try to address this question for us.
Sure. At the moment, it's VPT's state agencies. So no, not at this time.
Great, thank you. So yeah, it sounds like if you have those zoning and planning issues in a particular county, it might be best to follow up with that municipality individually. So that's the only question we have so far. So yeah, please feel free to move forward with the presentation, Gwen. Thanks.
Okay, great. So there are a couple of other things that I do want to show you. Since we were just talking about some of the data that we have, another very helpful location to find good environmental data is in our open data portal. The open data portal is accessible in the environmental data hub, which is the same place where you find the story maps and the GIS tools. So I'm going to just kind of let me just show you where that is. As long as we're here, if I go to our main page and then scroll down to where it says GIS and click on that, it opens up the environmental data hub. And one of the things that you can see on the environmental data hub up at the top here is the open data portal. If I click on the open data portal, I can search for data, or I can use the DEQ data catalog to find data sets about all of these categories. And I can also click into the Virginia Open Data Portal, which has an enormous amount of data from lots of other agencies and entities in the state of Virginia. So let me just go through and kind of show you a little bit about some of those, like, our lists of some of those data sets that you can use. So basically a lot of the data catalog, especially the DEQ data, the information you can get from the data portal is also available in the GIS tools, and in the GIS tools it will be interactive and it will be spatial and kind of visual. But if you want the data sets, like the data underlying those layers in any of our GIS tools, you can access them through the open data portal. So some of the data sets that you can find are active air sites, emissions reporting. You can find alternate water supplies, so places where carbon filtration units have been put into drinking water wells. You can find solid waste permits. You can find PREP response reports. You can see over here on the right-hand side, we have a list of data for water. And actually, we have so much water data at DEQ that the list that you see here is just the list of categories. And within each of those categories, there's a whole range of data sets that are available. So, you know, within the water quality assessment category, there are lots and lots of other data sets that you can kind of dig into. So you will also find administrative data and external resources from EPA, the Army Corps of Engineers, Virginia the Department of Transportation, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, and lots of other things that, lots of other entities that have data available through the open data portal. So there's just, it's a treasure trove of data if you are a data nerd and want to dig into some of the things that you can find there in the data portal. So it looks like we don't have any other questions. So let's go ahead and start wrapping up. So one of the things that we want to ask you first is in the chat. So this is not, it's not a poll that will pop up for you on the window, but in the questions box, which of the tools that we went over tonight do you think that you might use? So let me just give you a minute or two to put that answer into the chat. We're kind of curious about, you know, we picked the tools that we thought people would find useful and helpful, and I'm super interested, I know, to kind of figure out which tools people might be interested in using.
Yeah, Gwen, and we want those folks to go ahead and type them in chat here. So we looked at, which ones did we look at? The database tools was the pollution reports, the VPT transparency, the PEEP enforcement case, and we also looked at some GIS stuff, right, too, with the EJ screen, EDM, brownfields. So which ones of those folks do you think you'll be using? If you just go ahead and open up the questions chat box and type in your response there, we're really interested to see if you're going to be using any of these. I like some folks are using PEEP, PREP. What do you make of that, Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good variety out there. So, and some people are not sure which specific tools. And like Gwen mentioned earlier, sometimes just playing around with these tools, you can get the information you're looking for. But also a lot of them, if you scroll down, they normally have a help section as well. So you can figure out, is this the tool you want, and what information you can get from that specific tool.
Yeah, folks leaning towards EDM, looking at the story maps was mentioned as well. Those are really interesting too.
Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, and EDM for sure. It just has so much data that's available, and it's a great interface. And with that new release, the new update, it has the new Near Me tool, which I think is just a very interesting tool. All right, so we just want to review what our objectives were. So you know, our objectives were to help you get oriented to some of the GIS tools, to help you understand GIS better as a mapping tool, understand what some of our database tools are and how you can use them to find information that you are interested in. And so hopefully we have been able to help you move along towards these objectives. We will have a survey that pops up at the end of this webinar that will let you evaluate for yourself whether or not we reach these objectives for you. And so we really would appreciate if you have a moment to answer that survey. And so our last couple of questions here, so feel free to continue putting answers into the questions box. Were any of these resources that we talked about today new to you? And are there any of these resources that you would like to get more information about? Like if you are into you know, having a webinar that was just focused on one of those tools, because you think that there's just so much there that you would like to learn, let us know that as well. As you're doing that, also feel free to put other questions into the chat. And we'll see if we have any other questions for our subject matter experts to answer.
And I did jump the gun a little bit. I also put in the chat a little bit early, sorry about that, a link to register for our next webinar if you're interested. The next one will be on December 10th, and it'll be about DEQ's pollution prevention program. So for those interested, that's also in the chat. You can, there's a link where you can learn more about the webinar and also a separate link where you can actually register.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Kate. The pollution prevention webinar in December will be the last one of our 2024 webinar series, but do stay tuned in for our 2025 webinar series. And we hope that you have found, if you have attended earlier ones, we hope that you found this one and any others that you've attended to be helpful.
Yeah, and by completing the survey, the link for that is also in the chat at this time. You can also let us know if there is something specific that you'd like to learn more about for the 2025 series.
Super, great. Well, I think with that, I think we are ready to go ahead and wrap everything up. If I don't see any other questions coming through, so I think that we can go ahead and wrap things up, Kevin.
All right, well, great job, everybody. I know I learned a lot about the DEQ tools that we have available out there. Give you folks a couple of seconds to grab those handouts. If you have not grabbed them already, all of the links to the various databases, tools, GIS tools that you saw tonight are linked in there. Grab some of those links as well. And of course, the recording will be available and sent to you late tomorrow afternoon. Fantastic job, everybody. I hope it was useful for you as it was for me. I'm going to go ahead and close tonight's webinar. Thank you, folks. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.